How's it going? So super quick video. I forgot to talk about this one. Um, so the question is, can you get used to anything in life? So let's say, I don't know, you didn't like reading, you didn't like specific food. What happens if you start doing this or eating this food every single day? Are you going to enjoy it at some point? And the answer is yes. That's called rehabilitation. That's what you do with criminals, for example. They are very susceptible to crime. They don't like doing normal things, right? So they habitualize them into enjoying normal things and not liking crime. And the way to do that is to do it so frequently and so often that your body gets used to it, and then it becomes like breathing. So you can no longer imagine yourself not doing it, if that makes sense. Like a good example of that, I was just thinking about. Okay, let's take an Indian person. If an Indian person comes from India, he will like, let's say, curry. Now, if an Indian person comes from America, they will like burgers, whatever the American food, right? So it's not that it's genetics that is driving it, but it's the environment in which he or she grew up. So likewise, you can construct, like if you take people that are very good in high school, for example, you will notice that they are hanging out with people that are also good in high school, right? So they are kind of like, think about it as fishes that are swimming in an environment that is driving high productivity, and they become habitualized, and that's becomes their way of life. Does that make sense? So you can shape yourself into anything, basically. Like we're talking about absolutely anything. So just be aware, it's very powerful that, like think about it, like you can literally, if you hate studying but you have to do studying, you can start liking it. And I can give you some examples of so I generally do not like revision, and I was trying to do it through Pomodoros, but I was like, okay, let me test my theory. Well, I know I knew it was going to work. So basically, I started doing revisions every single day. So I started in. My original plan was to do 8 every Sunday. But then I thought to myself, okay, it's probably not going to work because I'm too hosed up. So I was like, okay, let me try to do 2 per day and see what happens. So I made that decision somewhere around here. And then I started doing 2 per day. As you can see, I failed a couple times. Then I went on a holiday. Now, that can probably count as a failure because I said I'm going to do it, but I didn't. But then I started again doing it. And then now, honestly, I'm a little bit addicted to it. I just like, I wake up and I really look forward to doing those 2 Pomodoros. I don't know why, but it's some weird shit, right? But honestly, I do not like revision, but now I do. So, you see, it took me what? How many days that is? Let's see. 41 days, you see? So after 41 days, like my body just habitualized itself, and then that's it. I just like doing it now. As you can see, like it's slowly rising, you see. Now I'm thinking doing 4 per day because it's so addictive. It's weird. So that's what I'm saying, is that this theory I got from, I don't remember, I was watching a seminar, possibly Deep Inner Game by David D'Angelo, or Man Transformation, or On Being a Man. It was one of those like, how to be mature, successful person. Although like it was like more of a dating, but I never really watched it for the dating. I was more interested in the discipline aspect of how to become like more disciplined, how to become successful person, and he was teaching that basically, and he was like, his angle was like, you don't need to use like pickup lines, just become a very successful man and woman will just naturally be attracted to you, and that is 100% true. 100% true. If you become very disciplined, you know, you have a good profession, you're very, very good at what you're doing, you um, understand what you want in life and are successful at what your chosen field, you literally become like a magnet. Honestly, it's just like it's insane. Okay, so that's this again very overpowered thing that you can just habitualize yourself into anything. Like you don't like eating broccoli, give it 90 days every single day. I promise you, after 90 days, you'll be like, dude, where's my broccoli? Give me my broccoli. I don't want your Snickers. You keep the Snickers. I want my broccoli. Like today, my neighbor was making this ultra delicious breakfast with like pork sausages. They were just the smell alone would get your mouth watering. But he said, "Hey, do you want some?" And I said, "No." I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "I don't want any sausages anymore," because the body is now so habitualized to eating very balanced food that I remember how it feels when you eat it, like all those burgers, all those sandwiches, mayonnaise, and body's like, nah, I don't want that. I really don't. But do you see, like I'm like the Indian. Like I'll give you another example, right? There were two girls living in my house, like we were, I'm sharing, right, house, so they were living, and the food they were eating was so bloody spicy. That was from Mauritius. It was like dragon breath for me. Like one time, one of the girls she made a spaghetti bolognese, her way, and goddamn, like it was nice. It was very very nice meal, but holy smokes, it was so hot, like so chilly, so much chili in it, right? And I thought to myself, holy smokes, how are they eating this every single day? It's because they are habitualized into eating this every single day, right? So think about it, right? You can do that to yourself as well. If you don't like hot food, eat hot food for 1 year, and I promise you, you will be like, "Where's my super chili sauce, Mexicano style?" Right? Likewise, if you don't like studying, you don't like working, you can become a person who is literally a workaholic, addicted. Like that, I did that. I did not like reading. I did not like intellectual stuff. I like basketball. I liked computer games. But now I prefer to work. I actually have to force myself not to work, like on Saturdays, for example. Like right now, today, I want to do my pomodoros, but I'm not going to do them because I need to kind of learn a little bit how to rest. Because that's one of the things I also one of the guys, his viewers of the channel, he said, "I'm losing ability to rest." Yeah, it can happen because you're so used to like running on the treadmill all the time. When you stop, it's like, dude, where is my treadmill? Like it's so weird. Do you know what I mean? It's just so strange. So okay, that's OP, right? Completely overpowered. Another thing I also noticed, I retested this theory. Where was it? Healthy body. I think it's in here. Yeah. So I noticed that if you go to bed, so I've been going to bed at the same time for the past 3 weeks now. It's I've been taking a sleeping pill at 10, I think 10:45, and by 11:30 you basically fall asleep. It's very hard to stay awake when you take melatonin, like very small amount of melatonin and mixed with L-theanine. There's just no way to stay awake, right? So that resulted in going to bed at the same time. Long story short, I noticed sleeping hours have decreased. Like if you just look at my sleeping hours tracker, where is one sec? Okay. Now it's still a lot, but I noticed I don't really need to sleep like. Today I slept for like 9.5 hours, right? So I need to put this in here. 9.5. So normally, like if you go back in time, like I would, Saturdays would like 12 hours, you see, 11 hours in here. But if you look in here, I mean, it's definitely slightly dropping, you see. Well, let's look. Monday to Saturday. Okay, so let's look. So I'm averaging 9.76, and let's look at this here. 10 average 10.73. So you see, like 1 hour is just it's not there anymore. So again, if you are going to bed at the same time, I think what happens is your body becomes like body generally becomes better the more you do it, the better it becomes. So if you go to bed at the same time, it becomes better at sleeping, if that makes sense, right? So you need to do less of it because, I mean, it's more efficient. Do you know what I mean? So that's another one. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'll put it in here. Okay, take care, bye bye.